try it. It just takes a little bit of tuning in just to get it working. I'll see how. You put these on, and I'll put my fingers in my ears. Just pull the trigger all the way back. This firing box, it serves several functions rather than just firing it. Because it's got a key switch, I can take the key, it means it's safe, and it's not going to do anything, set anything off. Once I've put it in test, which requires the key reader, that will test, and if I've got a igniter or anything on the circuit, then I get a light come on, and it'll tell me which of the circuits will actually do anything. And just for peace of mind before you're firing it. And then when you do select it and arm it, it's a question of just select the circuit you want and then push the fire button to fire it. However, if you're going to do like machine gun fire, then it's easier just to hold the fire button and just rotate the switch so you can set off as fast or as slow as you like a sequence of charges. So that's using the rotary switch. Now going to straighten the target. So you just hold the fire button and then crank that right away. Missed. You were supposed to hang with that. This is a Russian RPG-7 anti-tank rocket. That handsome person you might recognise. That's a ferret armoured car. This is how we go shopping. I'm not kidding, we sometimes do go to Tesco's in that, so we do get some funny moments. This is me after getting shot again. Just a bit of a habit. That does the trick. What you can see stapled up here is actually quite a tough piece of leather. It's of a biker's jacket.
Something on it.
It is not the business of the props man to decide what props are to be used, but it is his business to make sure that they do the job for the director and the original producer's aims. Otherwise, they might as well not be there. Aluminium, great old friend. A sword like this, you couldn't have it right up close to the camera, but certainly 15, 20, 30 yards away, a person could easily wield a weapon like this. And the easier you can wave it around, you don't hit lights, you don't smack your opponent on the head accidentally. You can't say, oh, sorry, in the middle of a big medieval battle. Aluminium, useful. Couple of bits of scaffold tube, all right. Cardboard. Painted up properly, it fools people into believing that there's something nasty there, that if it hit you on the head, it would look rather good in a film. Having already accidentally dropped this in the street, or made some earlier noise with it against your keys to fool the audience by association that it's this one, you can then use this one quite nastily on your opponent without really hurting. These are shoes I've made earlier. Simple Dark Ages shoes, but obviously you can make fancy ones, 18th century ones, with paintwork on them if you want to. There's a pair of Apolline white-toed medieval shoes. Again, very simply made. But footwear is one of the great problems of anyone making a production, particularly amateur production, where they haven't got hundreds and hundreds of hire items to hand. So, and there is really no way around it. You can't really wear plastic for shoes unless it's made from a big factory somewhere. Already in my hands I've got the demons of cost. For the small production, velvet. You can't just pop it in the washing machine. It's got to go to dry cleaners. So what do you use? Modern velvet. Modern velvet's got a man-made mix in it, and it washes much better. Woolen garments like this. All kinds of horrible things can happen. They can shrink, fall apart because no one's looked after them properly and the props skip. Another quick thing I wanted to show you. Our old friend the ballcock again. Ladles. Often used in interior shots. But they're damned hard things to find and to make. To get a bowl that deep. Ballcocks come into halves, which are, as you know, joined together with a little bit of solder. Heat them up, the solder falls apart. Rivet this onto a handle, which any twit can make, just bend back a piece of steel, and you've got yourself a nice ladle for domestic use for most historical periods. As one shield, just a Viking shield on this occasion. Obviously most of the shields you see will be heaters, what they call heater shields, a typical knight's shield. But a thing like this can be quite simply made out of a piece of plywood. You get a spinning to put on the front, specially made. But they look very impressive and they will take some real wax. One thing, there's only one getaway for this, which has been used for a long time. This is a real link mail shirt. Probably 50 to 80,000 rings in it, riveted rings. Things like this are quite expensive today, and you only give them to your lead characters. And it's surprising, even in today's filming, how many lead characters still wear what we call string mail. String mail is a knitted version that's painted over silver and black. They are best really for all your background troops, all your lesser characters. You do, amazingly enough, still see people of Sean Connery's calibre still wearing string mail, right up close to the camera sometimes. But on the whole, that kind of thing is altering now. Mail, as I say, can be bought by the yard as well, but then you've got to make the garment yourself.